In this video, I want to go over how to actually get big fast, and this is your no BS guide. These are the learning objectives of this video. You can pause the video and read them, but why should you take advice from me? I've always been a skinny guy trying to bulk up, and I did so many mistakes and decisions which I regret. That's why I feel that I have some decent advice to share with you. So subscribe, because I only release free educational content just like this one. And from the beginning, no disrespect to anyone, but a lot of big guys that give this sort of advice on the internet have insane genetics and they've never gone through the actual problem. All right, let's do this. Number one, calories for getting big. From the beginning, I just want to tell you that we have a lot to go through in this video. It might be 20-30 minutes or close to 30 minutes, so prepare. Maybe if you can watch 5-10 minutes a day and 5-10 minutes tomorrow, just make sure you add it to your watch later playlist. All right, so let me make this clear for you, because everyone seems to overcomplicate this thing with calories and all that stuff. So I'm gonna give you the basic knowledge and I'm gonna try and explain it to you like no one is explaining this on the internet right now. All right, so I'm gonna try and make it as simple as I can, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. So I'm gonna give you the basic knowledge. So we have the calories. What are calories? Calories are a way to measure energy, the energy that is in food. It's like a meter. You can think of it like a meter. We have a meter and we use the meter to measure the distance between A and B. All right, we use the meter to measure the distance. We use the calories to measure the energy in the food, how much energy is in the food. That's number one. Number two, your body uses energy that it gets from the food to perform its daily work. So you can think of work from like just sitting like this and not doing nothing. Your body is using energy in order to heat and keep your temperature the same, and for other systems that you don't need to know about, and all the way up to lifting weights and doing physical hard work. Right? That's number two. Number three, your body needs a certain amount of energy in order to perform all its daily work. All right, so once we know that, we can then go ahead and explain how does the gaining fat and cutting fat happens. Let's say you can eat every single day, any given day, you can eat one chocolate bar, only one. So you can eat only one chocolate bar. And every single day you buy one chocolate bar, you eat, you don't have any more chocolate left. Next day you buy one chocolate bar, you eat it, no chocolate left. That's maintaining. All right, you maintain your body fat percentage and your body weight. All right, what happens? I want you to think, what happens if one day you buy 2 chocolate bars, but you can only eat one? So you're going to buy 2 chocolate bars, you're going to eat one, but at the end of the day, you're going to have one more chocolate bar, but you cannot eat it because you can only eat one. What are you going to do with it? We're going to put it in the fridge or somewhere on the shelf, and you're going to have it for the next day or for the next week or the next month. All right? That's gaining. That's exactly how your body does with energy. So if you have a certain amount of calorie every single day and you give your body more, then you're going to use all the work. You're going to use the energy to perform all the work, but at the end of the day, you're going to have extra calories. So what your body is going to take those extra calories and save them as body fat for the next day, for other day when you're not going to have as many calories. All right, so it's the same. Now what happens when the body loses fat? Same thing. You can eat only one chocolate bar. You have some kind of condition and you can eat only one chocolate bar. Let's say tomorrow you get half of a chocolate bar. Something happens with the chocolate bars, there are not so many left in the stores, and you can buy only half of the chocolate bar. You're going to buy the half of the chocolate bar, and what's going to happen? You're going to eat it, but then your body still needs the other half. So where is going to take that other half from? From the chocolate bar that you bought. When you bought 2 of them, you ate one and now you have one more left. So your body is going to go to the storage is gonna grab the other chocolate that you've saved a couple of weeks ago, and you're gonna eat it. That's exactly how gaining, maintaining, and cutting works. All right. I hope you understand it now, but I'm gonna also give you a simple example. Once you're ready, you can get the exact workout program I use to build my body through the first link in the description. Go click that once you're ready. So let's say your maintenance calories is 3000 calories. So if you eat 3000 calories, your body performs all the work, and you, at the end of the day, you don't have any more calories left, and you don't need extra calories to perform some other work. You gave your body just enough. If tomorrow you eat 3,500, you're gonna consume and burn all those 3,000, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have a couple of hundred left. So you're gonna store that as body fat for later. If suddenly you eat less than 3,000, let's say you eat 2,500, you're gonna burn all of those 2,500, and you're gonna go to the storage, to the body fat, use that body fat to get to 3,000. It's that simple. Now, there are some things that can come into play. So for example, you can eat 3,000 calories, you performed all the work, but now you decide, I want to do more work. So you're going to do, let's say, more cardio, and you burn more calories, and now you are still in a deficit. You need to go to the storage and get some more calories from the body fat. But just as a simple thing, this is kind of the basics. All right. Now, number 2, what can we change? We cannot change your genetics. We cannot change your muscle insertions or anything like that. And we don't want to take steroids. All right. However, what we can change is how you eat, what you eat, your training, and how you train. All right. In other words, we can only maximize what you already have. We cannot change your material, the material that you have right now. We cannot change it. All right. We can just simply maximize it. So what about the time? Because maybe you have this question. If you watch this video, I want to make this clear, and pay attention and implement the steps that I gave you, I guarantee you will get big as fast as you can, as fast as you possibly can. My advice is, don't even worry about how much time it will take, because the time shall pass anyway. Like you'll probably be here in the next years anyway. So why not have your dream body by then? All right. Now, do not be afraid of investing a few years in building yourself. Just go for it and don't even think about what it takes, because you do it for yourself. You don't do it for somebody else. Number 3, how to get big, the practical steps. And I'm going to go over the exact practical steps. And if you just take those and implement them, you're basically going to achieve your goal. So number 1, you need to find your starting point, and we can only take a good guess for here. We cannot calculate, use a internet calculator, calorie calculator, and say you need exactly 2,000 calories in order to maintain your body. We cannot do that, but we can take a good guess, and I'm going to give you 2 methods, and you don't need any calculation for the internet, any software or anything like that. I'm going to give you 2 options. Option 1, you take your body weight in pounds and then multiply it by 15, or if you want a range, you can multiply it by 14 and then multiply it by 16, and then you have a range of calories. You're going to have 2 numbers. Just make sure you eat between those numbers. After you do that, you eat that number, test it, and weight yourself every day for a week. Make sure you wait every single morning after going to the bathroom. Don't drink or eat anything, and you do that for a week, and then you analyze your weight. If your weight goes down, then that number of calories is probably a deficit for you, and you need to add a little bit more. If your body stays approximately the same, that's kind of the maintenance for you. And if it goes up, you're in a surplus, you probably need to get back on calories, cut the calories a bit. Now, option number 2, don't change anything. Track all the calories. So everything you eat, you don't change anything that you eat in a day. You just eat as you would normally eat in a day, and you track your weight for a week, just like in option 1, and then you analyze your body. That's also going to give you a starting point, all right? But you're going to get some information about how many calories you're eating right now, all right? Because I want you to track everything from the milk in the coffee and the sugar to the whatever you eat, all the meals, every snacks, every beverage that you drink or anything. I want you to track everything so you have a clear list of information, all right? So at the end of the week, you do the exact same thing as in option 1. You analyze if it goes down, you're in a deficit, add more, and it's the same thing. But basically, the only difference between option 1 and option B, option A and option B, is that in option 1, you get a certain amount of calories that you need to start eating. Both methods work, and I just want you to pick the one that you want, but I would go with the first one because you already get a number as a good guess, and you can adjust that number after a week. So that's the method to find your starting point. And then after you do that, you want to go to the step 2, which is analyze your physique. And because this is a no BS guide, I'll stick to that and teach you what you need to do in each of these cases. Now, here's the thing. You need an optimal environment to build muscle, but also healthy for you. So, therefore, your goal is to get in the middle. And I'm gonna try and explain to you this as simple as I can. What's next? Okay, the diet meats. Next, we have the diet meats. But let's do this. All right, so you want to analyze your physique. We've got 3 photos right here, and we've got 2 extremes. Extreme number 1 here, where you are very skinny, and extreme number 2, where you have extra body fat. You can call this a skinny fat if you want. And we have the middle, somewhere in the middle, all right? Somewhere between 10 to, I would say, 15-17% body fat, somewhere between that. Like I said here, we want the optimal environment to build muscle. So that means we want enough body fat, but we also want it to be healthy for you. So out of these 3 right here, the foremost people, for many of you watching this video right now, the most optimal and healthy for you is going to be option in the middle, the option in the middle, all right? This is probably going to be still healthy, but you don't have enough body fat to build muscle. And this, you can say you have plenty of body fat to build muscle, optimal body fat to build muscle, but it's probably not going to be healthy for you. So that's why I say your goal should be to go in the middle, all right? But what should you do in each situation? First of all, I would not make any drastic changes. So for example, if you find yourself in this situation, oh, I'm very, very skinny, I'm going to add 1000 calories. I would not do that, all right? You want to go slow and steady, and I'm going to show you and tell you exactly how many calories you need to add and all that stuff. But for now, I don't want you to make any drastic changes, all right? Your goal, if you find yourself in this situation, I want you to go here. So your goal is to go from this to this. And if you find yourself in this extreme where you have extra fat, I want you to go in the middle. So everywhere you find yourself, go in the middle until you get your body fat percentage somewhere or something like this. Don't make any drastic changes. If you find yourself in the skinny fat position, you have extra fat, do not cut the calories a lot. Drop the calories a lot because your metabolism is going to slow down, and then you're not going to lose any more weight. So slow changes, but we're going to cover that in the next slides. So let's talk about the diet myths, just because I want to get rid of this. So you don't need to bulk heavy to build muscle. That's one. That's simply not true. I didn't bulk heavy to build muscle. I was skinny and I've built a good physique. You can build muscle in the deficit, that's true, because there are 2 different things. Let's say you have a yard and you have 2 houses. You have one house and one house. and you want to upgrade the first house, you want to build another level, let's say, and in the same time, you want to break down the other house. It is possible, all right, in the same time. Two different things. You don't need to eat the same thing every single day unless you want to, and you don't need to fast in order to lose fat unless you want to, all right? You can see that this fact right here, you need to fast in order to lose fat, is simply not true, because I explained it to you with the chocolate and all that stuff in a very simple way. Now, the diet recap, to make sure we understand everything. We cannot change your genes, only diet and training. The calories are a way to measure how much energy is in food. Find your starting point through one of the methods that I gave you. Make the adjustments based on your current physique. Don't fall for the diet myths. Now, we're going to go over the training structure. I'm going to show you how to structure your training, and also I'm going to show you how to structure your diet. All right, so when it comes to training, you want to structure it in a way that you can train shoulders, arms, chest, and back 2 times a week. And why? Why shoulders, arms, chest, and back? Because these are the muscles that everyone is going to notice, all right? And these are the muscles that you want to grow in order to get that aesthetic V-taper, whatever you want to call it, physique. So, you want to train all of these muscles twice per week. You can get away with only once per week, but you're going to make faster progress if you train 2 times per week. This was, for me, the biggest change that I did, because I started with bro splits, training 1 muscle group per week, and I did that. And maybe for arms and shoulders, 3 times a week. Why? Because arms and shoulders, we have the biceps, the triceps, and the deltoid muscle. These are smaller muscles, all right? The deltoid is something like this, all right? So because they are small muscles, they are going to recover faster. So that's why we can get away with training them more frequently. I would not recommend you go over 3 times a week. And make sure the muscles recover before you train them again, and make sure you have 10 to 20 sets in total per week per muscle. All right, I know this can get confusing, but if you don't want to deal with any of this bullshit, you don't have to. Just get my training program in the description and follow the routines that I made for you. All of them follow this structure right here. All right, you get over 40 routines that you can pick from, all optimized to get you big. Before I give you more details about how to structure your training, let's take a look at the most important factors that you must do to get big. The number 1 factor you need to do is progressive overload. This is one of the most important principles of training. You want to progressively overload. The muscles need a reason to grow. Stick this into your mind. The muscles need a reason to grow. All you need to do is to go to the gym and every single week try to beat your previous record from the previous week. How you do that? Well, for example, 4 dumbbells, because are harder to add weight, you are going to add 1 or 2 extra reps in comparison with the previous week, and you're going to keep the same weight. All right. For the machines and bars, you can add from 1 to 2.5 kilograms, and you do the same reps from previous week. When you see bodybuilders training with light weights, they're trying to bring up weak body parts, right? Most of the bodybuilders, they've made their first gains by progressively overload. So you must beat your previous record by 1 rep or 1 to 2.5 kilograms. Focus on this and you will grow fast. Coming back to the structure, any program that follows that structure will work. At least don't pick bro split. And the thing with bro split is that you cannot train all muscles twice per week. So from the start is a shit program. You need to train your muscles frequently to stimulate them to grow. Remember, muscles, just to some extent, they are a luxury for your body. All right. Now, here's a sample program can look something like this. You're gonna have a structure like push, pull, legs, and then an upper body. You're gonna do, on push day, you're gonna do shoulders, chest, triceps, 1 to 2 exercises per muscle. Then on pull day, you're gonna do back and biceps. On legs, you're gonna do quads and hamstrings. On upper body, you're gonna do your upper body. You're gonna do chest, back, shoulders, biceps, and triceps. For the chest, you can do some supersets to finish faster for chest and back, and for shoulders and arms. The diet structure. Here's a diet structure that I want you to follow to enhance your physique and get big. First of all, I want you to eat enough protein. The protein is the building block of a muscle. All right. So I want you to imagine when you eat protein, and also high quality protein, and the highest quality protein that you can get is the protein, the whey protein, the casein protein, the protein from the egg, from the milk, and then from the meats. So you know the which type of protein, how much? Body weight in pounds times 1. All right. You can experiment eating more, eating a bit less, but just to be safe, body weight in pounds times 1. That's your how many grams of protein you need per day. And then I want you to eat that protein. I want you to split it in 4 to 5 times a day to about 3 to 5 hours in between. One thing that I started to do and made me a lot of progress was to eat protein as soon as I wake up. As soon as I wake up, I drink a whey protein shake. You can also do a blend whey and casein, because whey is gonna absorb faster, casein is gonna absorb slower, so you get the mix of those two, and that's nice. But if you just follow these, you are good to go. Now, sample. It can look something like this, the diet. It can look something like this. You're gonna wake up, you're gonna have a meal, or if you cannot eat like me, you can drink a whey protein shake plus 1 fruit, and that's meal number 1. Then you're gonna have meal number 2, you're gonna have chicken plus any carbs and any veggies and 1 fruit again. We want to stay healthy. Then meal 3, you're gonna have whey shake plus a fruit. This is just an example. You can change all of these. And the last meal, you're gonna have any protein plus any carbs plus any fruit. All right, and that's meal number 4. And that's basically it. You follow the basics, you follow the structure, you're gonna make gains. All right. So if everything that we've covered in this video seems a bit complicated, it's probably because it is. If you are a complete beginner, then all of these things can be a bit confusing if you're just starting out, but I've made this in detailed, very, very simple. And if you want to get access to it, I've put everything you need and everything I know and everything I did to get my physique from scratch in the first link in the description. Go click that right now.